I've had enough. Like, I've never had anyone come to me and say, you know, I really would like to apologize to you.
No, I tried to bring this group together last night, and you did.
Okay, so the big news right now is Garcelle Beauvais unfollowing Sutton Stracke.
Yeah, that happened pretty much immediately after they finished filming the Beverly Hills reunion.
Right. So what has Sutton said about this? I know she gave a statement.
She did. She mentioned feeling like Garcelle maybe needs a clean break right now.
Okay.
But she also made sure to say, you know, that she loves Garcelle. She's giving her space.
And she sounded pretty confident about Garcelle's future success and everything.
Yeah, and she specifically pointed out that Garcelle still follows her business account, which sort of suggests maybe from Sutton's side it's more personal than like a total cutoff.
Maybe. But then you hear the reports about how Garcelle felt at the reunion.
Right. Word is she was very upset with Sutton.
Feeling blindsided, like Sutton didn't have her back.
Yeah, blindsided. And apparently it got pretty intense. Some reports say Garcelle was livid.
Livid enough to walk off the set and refuse the cast photo.
That's the story, yeah. That she just wasn't willing to participate after whatever went down.
So what did go down? What was the specific issue with Sutton?
It seems to center around Sutton. Not really defending Garcelle, maybe. Specifically against Kyle Richards.
Okay. When they were discussing the Morgan Wade situation.
Exactly. The feeling was apparently that Sutton sort of backed down from Kyle on that topic.
And Garcelle felt like her ally wasn't standing with her. I can see how that would sting. And the reports also say they haven't actually spoken since that day.
Correct. No communication after the reunion filming wrapped.
Plus, wasn't there that comment Garcelle made in her dressing room?
Oh, yeah. Apparently calling the co-stars a-holes after part 3 finished taping. It suggests a lot of frustration.
For sure. And then, sort of layered on top of all this drama, Garcelle announced she's leaving the show.
Right, after 5 seasons, which is a pretty significant run.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But the timing, coming after this reunion fallout, it makes you think.
It does raise the question of how much these interpersonal dynamics played into that final decision. If you don't want to miss out on any of our future deep dives into the world of reality TV, make sure to subscribe to Real TTV and hit the bell icon. Okay, let's start in Beverly Hills. This story about Kyle Richards and some dogs.
Right, yeah. Teddi Mellencamp was talking about it. Apparently, Kyle confronted some woman on Ventura Boulevard about how she was treating her dogs. Teddi said, Kyle, tried to be polite initially, just asked her to be nicer because the dogs were making noise, maybe being dragged a bit.
And the woman didn't take it well, I gather.
Not at all. She reacted really strongly. Kyle ended up following her across the street.
And Teddi went too. With another friend.
Yeah, Teddi and their friend Jen followed Kyle.
Yeah.
Teddi even mentioned, with her own health situation,
Yeah.
stage 4 brain cancer.
Oh, wow.
She was thinking, maybe I'm not the best person to jump into a physical fight right now, which is completely understandable.
Absolutely. So, did it get physical?
Sounds like it almost did. Teddi said the woman was screaming, acting like she was going to fight Kyle, who was filming it all.
Oh, Kyle was filming. Okay.
And Teddi actually stepped in between them.
Good for her. And then there was that slightly bizarre detail.
Oh, the poop in her pants comment Teddi made about the woman. Yeah.
Yeah, that. And something about her doctor's appointment. Just strange.
Very strange. They did call animal control and 911 too.
Did they show up?
They were called, but the woman apparently left with the dogs before anyone arrived.
Huh.
And speaking of Beverly Hills history, this incident brought up Puppygate again, surprisingly.
Really? How did that connect?
Well, Teddi and Erika Jayne were talking, and Erika mentioned gaining respect for Teddi during that whole saga.
Because Teddi didn't play Lisa Vanderpump's game against Dorit?
Yeah. She felt Teddi refused to do Lisa's, quote, dirty work, targeting Dorit Kemsley back then.
Interesting. So staying out of that mess actually helped Teddi's relationship with Erika.
Apparently so. Which is funny because they also admitted they really didn't like each other at first when Teddi joined the show.
Yeah, I remember that tension.
Erika felt Teddi came in judging her, and Teddi felt Erika was, like, disingenuous somehow.
But they think now it was because they weren't being their full selves or were struggling.
Kind of both. They reflected that they were maybe projecting or just not in a great place personally at the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, Erika definitely respects Teddi's boldness, as she put it, for not going after Dorit during Puppygate. And Teddi also had some regrets about her time on the show, like not always going directly to the person she had an issue with, which, is probably tough to do consistently on reality TV.
Yeah, I can imagine. All right, let's shift over to the Valley. Brittany Cartwright made some waves recently.
Yes, speaking out about RFK Jr.'s comments on autism, This is obviously very personal for her, having shared that her son Cruz is on the spectrum.
Right. And RFK Jr.'s comments were pretty controversial. He said autism is preventable.
Yeah, among other things. He also made some really broad, frankly, kind of awful statements suggesting kids with autism might never hold jobs, play sports, write poems, date, or even use the toilet independently.
Wow. Those are incredibly limiting statements. Wrong for so many people on the spectrum.
Exactly. And Brittany called it out directly as misinformation from someone with a public platform. She emphasized how broad the spectrum is.
Good for her. It takes courage to speak up like that, especially when it's so personal.
Definitely. And she mentioned she's been talking to Holly Robinson Peete, who's also been a strong advocate for years, as her son is autistic too.
That's great. Sounds like Brittany wants to be a positive voice for other families.
Yeah, she really wants to advocate and share her experience.
Now, staying with Brittany, there's also some drama around Jax's bar.
Well, yeah, Britt's bar. She revealed it was apparently sold without my knowledge.
Okay, that's big.
And she also claims she was never paid back for the work she put into Jax's Studio City bar. And apparently her Mama's beer cheese, which she owns the trademark for, was just, like, Sharpied off the menu at Jax's bar. Brittany says she doesn't want her brand associated with the bar now, given the sales situation and, well, everything else. She claims she invested money but never saw a dime back from the bar or the beer cheese sales.
Yikes. And a drink named after her got removed, too.
At her request, yeah. It just sounds like a really messy entanglement of business and their personal split.
Definitely sounds messy. Okay, let's move to a different kind of revelation. Lisa Rinna and Harry Hamlin.
Yeah, this was quite startling. Harry Hamlin shared that Lisa actually threatened to kill him when she was suffering from severe postpartum depression.
Whoa, seriously?
Lisa herself recalled having just horrible hallucinations and feeling completely hopeless for like over a year. It's a really stark reminder of how serious PPD can be.
And she didn't realize what it was at the time.
Apparently not. Harry recounted her saying things like, "I'm going to kill you."
And telling him to keep the knives away, just incredibly intense.
That must have been terrifying for both of them.
Lisa said she doesn't actually remember making those specific threats, but she does remember having awful hallucinations, visions of killing people or driving into a wall.
God, that sounds like a nightmare.
Importantly, though, she clarified the hallucinations weren't about harming the baby.
And she found help.
Yes, she said antidepressants changed the game for her. And she's really urging other mothers who might be struggling to seek help.
It takes guts, and it can help others feel less alone.
Okay, switching gears again. Vanderpump Rules, Katie Maloney is officially out.
Yep, she confirmed she's not returning. Said she basically can't stand most of the cast anymore.
Can't say I'm entirely shocked after last season and everything with Tom.
Right. She hinted that things just went crazy after they finished filming post-divorce. Seems like the break was needed.
Are she and Tom Schwartz okay now? Or still tense?
She described them as cool, but said they don't really hang out unless it involves their dogs. And the dogs mostly live with Tom.
So separate lives, mostly. Makes sense.
Yeah, she found filming post-divorce really strange, especially after they'd had that period of living together while the house was fixed. And she said she's really only friends with one person left in the cast. Doesn't want to keep filming with her ex in that group.
Totally fair. But she was surprised by the reboot news.
Yeah, she said she was shocked that Bravo decided to reboot with a whole new cast for season 12. And she raised the question, like, why not just make it a new show? Why call it Vanderpump Rules season 12 if none of the OGs are there?
It's a fair point. We'll see how that plays out. Okay, Summer House, Lexi Wood and Jesse Solomon. What's the story there?
Well, Lexi shared her side. Apparently, Jesse seemed really into her off camera. Called her like 38 times in one weekend. But then his behavior and what he was saying behind her back on the show told a totally different story. Lexi said she genuinely had no idea he felt differently or what other people were saying. She felt like she was trying to match his energy because he seemed so attentive.
So she felt misled.
Sounds like it. He apparently asked her to meet his family, then got hesitant because of what Ciara Miller thought. Lexi suspects there was lies and manipulation going on.
That's rough.
She was confused because he's saying all these things, making future plans, while others clearly knew something else was up. She wishes she'd known.
Yeah, you want to trust what someone's showing you directly.
Exactly. She did mention having a good bond with Lindsay Hubbard, though. Said Lindsay was supportive, kind of maternal from the start.
Okay, quick hop to Potomac. Mia Thornton is leaving.
Yes, she announced her departure from RHOP after 4 seasons.
Where's she going?
Moving to Atlanta with her family. And she dropped a pretty big hint about possibly joining RHOA.
Atlanta, brace yourself. The empire has expanded with a hashtag legacy in the making.
Okay, yeah. That's not subtle. Fans must be buzzing.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Lots of speculation about her crossing over.
Could be interesting.
All right, let's actually talk RHOA happenings then. What's been going on?
Portia's birthday trip to Nashville had some drama because Angela invited Drew, and Portia wasn't happy about it.
Still tension there, huh?
Seems so. And then Britt admitted to doing webcam stuff years ago, but strongly denied Kenya's specific accusations about porn or that other incident.
Old drama resurfacing. And Drew's divorce is still ongoing.
Yeah, sounds pretty contentious with Ralph. Their records got unsealed, which she fought against. And she was apparently celebrating a potential record deal at Dennis's hookah place while the others were away.
Oh, okay. Separate paths. And wasn't there something else about Drew and Dennis?
Yes, one of Portia's friends made an allegation about Drew performing a certain act. Portia didn't really deny it, just made a comment about it being Dennis's thing.
Yikes. Okay, that's messy.
Very.
Next update we have about Kelli Farrell from RHOA. Her divorce settlement details came out.
Right. So Kelli got primary physical custody of their 3 daughters. Chivolo, her ex, will pay $3,991 a month in child support, and they'll share legal custody.
Okay. What about finances? Assets.
Kelli got $175,000 from the sale of their house, while he got $90,000. He also has to cover the kids' health insurance.
Sounds like a decent settlement for Kelli so far. Any complications?
Well, yes. They apparently racked up major business debts and tax issues from their restaurant, Nana's Chicken and Waffles. And the judgment mentioned Tuvolo had disposed of approximately $790,000 of marital assets while they were separated.
Oh, wow. That's a significant amount to just disappear.
It is. Despite that, Kelli was awarded furniture, her Escalade, a Rolex, a necklace, and her wedding rings. So, yeah, definitely not a smooth divorce.
No, sounds really tough. Okay, one last item. Paige DeSorbo potentially shading Craig Conover.
Yes. In the new book she wrote with Hannah Berner, How to Giggle, there's a section called Things Guys Will Do to Not Go to Therapy.
Oh, boy. Let me guess. Pillows are involved.
Ding, ding, ding,
Yeah.
Start a Pillow Company is listed, right alongside gaslighting, which Paige has accused Craig of before.
Ouch. Pretty direct. Anything else?
Also, start a podcast, which clearly points to Craig's pillows and beer. There are a few other jabs in there, too, possibly aimed at other Bravo folks.
Subtle as a brick. And didn't she also like a post calling him out?
Yep, she liked an Instagram post calling Craig a gaslighter who needed to be put on pause. So the book shade seems intentional.
Wow. Guess things aren't totally smoothed over there.
Doesn't seem like it. Or maybe it's just their brand of post-breakup banter now. Hard to tell.
So there you have it, quite the whirlwind.
What stands out most to you listening? Anything you're curious to see play out? Each story definitely has more layers.
If you don't want to miss out on any of our future deep dives into the world of reality TV, make sure to subscribe to Real TTV and hit the bell icon.
Thank you for watching this video. See you tomorrow.